One of the best writers and poets that has ever lived, I think, without a doubt, is Albert Camus. I love reading Albert Camus. I love The Outsider. I love The Sisyphus. I love The Rebel. Let's look at some of the quotes of Albert Camus. He says, "Don't walk in front of me. I may not follow. Don't walk behind me. I may not lead. Walk beside me. Just be my friend. You will never be happy if you continue to search for what happiness consists of. You will never live if you are looking for the meaning of your life. Man is the only creature who refuses to be what he is." Nobody realizes that some people expend tremendous energy merely to be normal. Should I kill myself or have a cup of coffee? Live to the point of tears. But in the end, one needs more courage to live than to kill himself. You know what charm is? A way of getting the answer, yes, without having asked any clear question. The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion. The very existence. Blessed are the hearts that can bend, they shall never be broken. I may not have been sure about what really did interest me, but I was absolutely sure about what didn't. Real generosity towards the future lies in giving all to the present. An intellectual, yes, and never deny it. An intellectual is someone whose mind watches itself. I like this because I'm happy to be both halves, the watcher and the watched. Can they be brought together? This is a practical question. We must get down to it. I despise intelligence really means I cannot bear my doubts. Fiction is the light through which we all tell the truth. To be happy, we must not be too concerned with others. The purpose of a writer is to keep civilization from destroying itself. In order to understand the world, one has to turn away from it on occasion. I used to advertise my loyalty, and I don't believe there's a single person I loved that I didn't eventually betray. Always go too far because there's where you'll find the truth. At the heart of all beauty lies something inhuman. When the soul suffers too much, it develops a taste for misfortune. People hasten to judge in order to not to be judged themselves. Do not wait for the last judgment. It comes every day. I have no idea what's awaiting me or what will happen when this all ends. For the moment, I know this: there are sick people and they need curing. Since we are all going to die, it is obvious that when and how don't matter. There is not love of life without despair about life. Man is always prey to his truth. Once he has admitted them, he cannot free himself from them. I leave Sisyphus at the foot of the mountain. One always finds one's burden again. But Sisyphus teaches the higher fidelity that negates the gods and raises rocks. He too concludes that all is well. The universe, henceforth, without a master, seems to him neither sterile nor futile. Each atom of that stone, each mineral flake of that night filled mountain, in itself forms a world. The struggle itself toward the height is enough to fill a man's heart. One must imagine Sisyphus happy. Some people talk in their sleep. Lecturers talk while other people sleep. If something is going to happen to me, I want to be there. Every act of rebellion expresses a nostalgia for innocence and an appeal to the essence of the being. I looked up at the mass of signs and stars in the night and laid myself open for the first time to being to benign indifference of the world. What is called a reason for living is also an excellent reason for dying. It is one job of thinking people not to be on the side of the executioners. There is scarcely any passion without struggle. It was as if that great rush of anger had washed me clean, emptied me of hope, and gazing up at the dark sky, spangled with its signs and stars, for the first time, the first, I laid my heart open to the benign indifference of the universe. Benign indifference. To feel like so myself, indeed, so brotherly, made me realize that I would have been happy and that I was happy still. For all to be accomplished, for me to feel less lonely, all that remained to hope was that on the day of my execution there should be a huge crowd of spectators and that they should greet me with howls of execration. I rebel, therefore I exist. Men are never convinced of your reasons, of your sincerity, of the seriousness of your sufferings, except by your death. So, long as you're alive, your case is doubtful. You have a right only to their skepticism. Find meaning. Distinguish melancholy from sadness. Go out for a walk. It doesn't have to be romantic walk in the park. Spring at its most spectacular moment, flowers and smells, and outstanding poetical imagery smoothly transferring you into another world. It doesn't have to be a walk during which you'll have multiple life epiphanies and discover meanings no other brain ever managed to encounter. Do not be afraid of spending quality time by yourself. Find meaning or don't find meaning, but steal some time and give it freely and exclusively to your own self. Opt for privacy and solitude that doesn't make you antisocial or cause you to reject the rest of the world, but you need to breathe and you need to be. Life can be magnificent and overwhelming. That is the whole tragedy. Without beauty, love, or danger, it would almost be easy to live. What is a rebel? A man who says no.